Hey guys, Mrs. Lindsay here. We are going to be drawing our last drawing of the year. So we're going to make it a beach scene. We're just going to draw a detailed sand castle. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get a piece of paper and our pencil. And you guys are going to start out with your horizon line. And I'm going to kind of make it go up and down. This is going to be sand, obviously. So it's not going to be totally straight. Because there's going to be areas that it goes up and areas it goes down. Alright, so once you have that part, you are going to start on your castle. And we're just going to start with almost like a rectangle. And this is going to be your front gate to your sandcastle. So go ahead and put you a little door in there. Alright, just like that. Now, your sandcastle is going to have some layers to it. So we're going to come up. And obviously it's a sandcastle, so we're going to have to use some castle lines on it. So you're going to go over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up. Hopefully everybody remembers this type of line. You want to be careful not to go past your bottom here, so you might want to make a line coming up so that you know where you're supposed to stop. And there's our first part of our sand castle. And then we are going to make some towers on the side. And so the first thing you're going to do on these towers is it's going to kind of connect right in this area to the part that's already there. And you're going to make a rectangular shape again. But this time it's going to be taller rather than wider. You want to do the same thing on the other side, about the same size. Okay, just like that. And then on top of those, you're going to end up putting another square shape. And you're going to do this to both sides. Remember, you can pause the video at any time if you need to stop. And catch up. Just like that. And then we're going to add some castle lines to the top of these towers as well. So you're going to kind of just make it where they come up on both sides. So then you can add, you know where you're going to be stopping. Alright, now we have those castle lines, so we're actually going to end up adding even more towers on our side. So we're going to make them look a little different though. On this side, we're going to come about halfway up this tower to make another tower behind it. So you're actually going to do your castle line up here. Kind of make sure you're keeping it straight though as you come across. And then once you get to where you want, you're gonna just come straight down with it. Make that sand a little darker down there. And we're gonna come to the left side of your castle. And this one's gonna come about halfway up on this tower as well. This one's gonna be a little bit different though. We're just gonna make a rectangle top on it. So we're gonna make it come into the side like that. And then we're gonna bring it down at an angle rather than straight down so that it's more of a curved look to it. But you're still gonna keep your castle lines at the top. Let's move this over just a little bit. Like I said, you want to make sure you kind of keep those lines straight across. You don't want them to start curving up. All right, and then we're going to make another tower. This tower is going to come out of this one. So we're going to make a rectangle right here. And bring it down at an angle this way. And it's going to go behind that side, so you're not going to draw that side on there. And then we're going to make some more castle lines. Just like that. All right. And then one more tower. This one's going to be your tallest point, but we're going to start off with a smaller square area. Like this, and then it's going to come out on the sides and come up to about the top of this tower. Out on this side. So see how it kind of sticks out a little bit on the sides? You don't keep it totally straight. Make a slightly curved line for the top of this just so it starts to look kind of rounded, which is what we're going to go back and do to some of our other lines to make it look more realistic. Come up on the sides. And then do your castle lines again. Just like that. All right, now at the top of this tower, we're going to add like a triangle. And at the top of the triangle, we're going to add our little flag. Like that. Okay, so now we are going to add some details to the castle. So we're going to add some windows, we're going to round some edges, and this will make it look more like a sandcastle. So as you can see on my last tower, I kind of started rounding out the edges already, which makes it look more like it would if it were sand, because sand doesn't stay fully formed. So go ahead and go to all your edges and just kind of round them out, making them look a little more realistic to what sand would do if you were to build an actual sand castle. All right, so we've rounded all of those out. Now it's got more of a more fluid shape to it. The next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna add some windows. Now your windows are gonna be almost like your door, but I made the door a little less round and a little more pointy at the top, just to add some character. Now your windows are going to be little, almost like a half oval. So you're going to draw a line and then a half oval on top. And you can add these anywhere you want to. Now that we have our windows in place, you're actually going to make them look 3D, and this is going to add some dimension to your castle. So what you're going to do is on the inside of your windows, you're going to kind of follow the line that's already there. Now on this side, the shadow is going to go this way. On this side, the shadow is going to go that way. Follow the line that is already there and make a second line inside of it. And once you have that line, then you can just shade it in. I'm going to do an example on the other side before I put the phone in a different mode. So on this side, you're going to shade it this way, like that. You're going to make that line inside, and then you're going to shade it in. All right, and so it splits about right there in the middle. This side will go that way, this side will go this way, except for this little window right here. It's on this side of the building, so you want to make sure you make that shadow this way as well, so that it looks like that is curved the right way. All right, now we are going to add some more details. We're going to use a like a dotting effect, which is also called stimpling. So this is going to make it look like there's sand on your sandcastle, like it's made out of sand. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your pencil and you're literally just going to make thousands of little dots. And this takes a while, but you just kind of want to fill up like a side where there would be maybe a shadow on your sandcastle. Hopefully you can see those little dots. Okay, now we are going to add a little more detail to our windows and our door. So on your windows, it's going to be shadowed inside too, so you kind of want to do stippling in there too, but you want to do it a little darker so that it looks almost like the windows are like dark inside. And then on your door, we're actually just going to add some stripes as if it were made of wood. Make sure you can see that line of sand on there. So if you need to go back and make that a little bit darker, you can. Okay. Just like that. So you're gonna do that to all of your windows, just like that. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add some beachy things to our scene so that it looks more like a sand castle and not so much like a regular castle. I know we've added the rounded edges to make it look a little more sandcastle-y, and also the stippling dots. But we're gonna add maybe a beach ball and a shovel, maybe a bucket. So we're gonna start with the beach ball, and your beach ball is gonna come over on this side of your sandcastle. Or you can put it wherever you want to actually, but I'm gonna put mine over here. So it's gonna be a partial circle because you're not gonna see the whole beach ball. And then on your beach ball, you wanna put a little circle about right here. And then from there is where you will draw your lines out on your beach ball. Kind of like you would do like with a pumpkin. And then let's do some little wavy parts. This is just going to be where the sand's a little different in areas. Let's put our shovel on this side of the sandcastle. Our shovel is just going to kind of stick in the sand right here. It's going to come up and then it's going to start to curve at the top. And you're going to make sure this side stays even with it. It's going to have that, leave room for your handle, but it's going to come down on this side. Then you're going to have your little handle right here, like that. And on the top of your handle, you're going to make like a U shape. Come straight across, and then make another U shape on the inside to double it, like that. And then you're going to put, on the inside of the bottom, you want to put like some accent lines so that, you know, where the shovel kind of curves in. And then we're going to put a bucket down here in the sand. So we're going to start with an oval, like that. And let's put some sand down here so that it looks like it's sitting in the sand. And on your oval, you're just going to make two little lines that come down on the edges, and then it's going to come back across like that. And you want to run that line parallel to the line that you already have there on the oval. And then you're going to make almost like a square at the bottom, and it's just going to run into the sand. Now you're going to need to add your dot for your handle. Bring your handle down. It's going to look like it loops around back into the bucket. So, and then run another line parallel to it. Loop it around back into the bucket. Now you will have to erase a little bit there so that your lines aren't going through your handle. Like that. Okay. And then you can add some details to your bucket if you want. And put a stripe on it. All right, and then let's add maybe some seashells on the ground. So let's start with like a little triangle shape for the top of the seashell. And then you're just gonna come down and make long, skinny ovals. Almost like you're making a flower. And that'll create like a shell. And then a starfish maybe. Now this starfish is gonna be almost 3D, so we're gonna make a funky triangle shape in the front, like almost like a right angle triangle. And then on the other side, the same thing, but you're gonna bring it down past, like that. And you're gonna bring it out from the side and bring it back up again. And do the same thing on this side, bring it out from the side and back up again. Everything's gonna meet at that point. And then let's put a swirly shell over here. So you're just gonna kind of swirl your shell like that. And it's actually, let's make it come straight down. And then we'll just put it in the sand. So that you got a little swirly shell in the sand. All right, so that is our sandcastle. I'm going to do a few more final touches in fast mode just so you can see other things that you can do. And I hope you guys have a great summer. Bye.